gold is like large cap of precious metals, it's a stabilizer. But silver actually is a less understood element. It's like the mid cap.
You've called silver the new small cap,
Ah.
right? It has crossed $80. And what exactly is propelling the demand, and what is your outlook for silver in 2026 and years to go?
Okay, so my silver is small cap has become a little bit of headline. It was a statement said in jest because just like the craze for small cap funds, people are buying silver. But we have always maintained, well before the silver rally started, and I'll tell you a little story, that gold and silver are an important part of people's asset allocation. In fact, before we launched a gold fund, we launched something 3 years ago called the Gold and Silver FOF, which was the industry's first fund to invest 50% in gold and 50% in silver. We did this actually before launching a gold ETF, a silver ETF, a gold fund of fund, or a silver fund of fund. This was our first precious metals product. And our logic was simple, that if you look at the portfolio, gold is like large cap of precious metals, it's a stabilizer. But silver actually is a less understood element. It's like the mid cap, and it has industrial use that is now beginning to be discovered. And finally, commodities, you can't mine more of silver, right? It's a byproduct. So, silver is finally benefiting from a supply and demand game. Supply is limited, industrial use is now being expanded in multiple different facets and multiple different industries. So, that I think is contributing to the rally of silver, and also central bank interest in the category. We always maintain that silver is a volatile precious metal. So, you should think of it as volatile, and ideally, if you want precious metals exposure coming to asset allocation, gold plus silver gives you like the large and mid cap combination.
So it has typically remained range bound until 2025,
Yes.
right? And do you see a breakout happening in the silver prices now, being sustained for a longer future now?
So, I don't think anyone can forecast. I don't think anyone could have forecasted that the breakout that happened in 2025 was going to happen. I'm telling you again, when we launched this fund 3 years ago, the past returns of both gold and silver looked so terrible that people said, why would you even do this? I mean, we didn't collect 20 crores in the NFO, and now we collect more than that amount daily. So, I don't think one can forecast. I think one's approach should be to look at asset allocation, but not to go overboard on silver, because remember, it's a metal that also corrects 10-15% in a single day or single month. The structural supply demand dynamics are still in favor of silver, but I repeat, it's going to be a volatile asset class.
And what is your outlook for metals like gold and other metals for 2026?
So, I think gold again benefits from the same structural argument, but here this is driven by central bank buying. I think we lived in an era where the dollar was your reserve currency, the US was sort of the center of the world. And we think as you look to 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you might be living in a world order which is a lot more multipolar. It doesn't mean that people are abandoning the US, but people are, as economies, becoming a lot more insular. People are looking to multiple economies beyond the US, and gold's role as sort of the reserve for central banks is coming into play. So, while people have spoken a lot about retail demand, I think central bank demand is a big driver of gold. If we are going to live in more inflationary times and tariff driven times, then all sort of hard assets, including precious metals, are likely to do well. And of course, thirdly, gold forms a part of asset allocation. So, precious metals is a part of asset allocation, but fundamentally in the times we live in, there is a case for real assets.